does not know of a good way to keep it as a single tale, so it shall be separated. The spookiest of boys. At some point at some time somehow there was a thing the cat shall refer to as spookiest of boys, and at some point for some reason the spookiest of boys created the cat for seemingly no reason. However, the cat will focus on what the spookiest of boys did after that. At first he only talked to a man he had somehow melded his mind with, and he somehow managed to convince the man to create a few videos and a YouTube channel, which you can still find today, but the cat won't link you to it. After doing so, the man had unknowingly given more power to the spookiest of boys, and it began making more videos itself. The spookiest of boys also had been working on something that the man did not know of. It is known as the Woodlands, and when it was complete the spookiest of boys began to fill the place with people, and then he experimented on them. The cat does not know a lot of these experiments. Also, at some point at some time the spookiest of boys had discovered another creature, the Empty Room, which was a dark place with an entity that could bend time and space but had no free will of its own. The spookiest of boys began to use the dark room in its experiments and also trapped the cat there. After that there probably wasn't anything important for a while, but he did share some of his experimentation to YouTube in the forums of the channels by the book writer and Guide to Existence. The book writer had been tasked with something in exchange for his freedom, yet he failed, and a similar fate met the Guide to Existence, but unlike the book writer he had succeeded. However, the spookiest of boys put his fate into a poll, and the people decided to also throw him into the Woodlands. Guide to Existence was doing tasks using the dark room, and the book writer was in the Woodlands. After that, the spookiest of boys did something or another with another creature known as Symbol, but the cat doesn't really know what happened with that. But more importantly, there was also a man known as Stale who managed to kill the man that the spookiest of boys had attached himself to, causing them both to die. As a last message, the spookiest of boys said that he had failed, but the cat doubts this due to the fact that the cat has seen the decaying body of the man the spookiest of boys was attached to, and it looked quite dead. Shortly after this the cat was freed for good. The cat had escaped a few times before, but never for a long time. Also, just in case, the cat has replaced all names of the involved to prevent further spreading of the spookiest of boys in floods if he does return. Legman. The cat does not know where the leg investigator began either. The first of the videos on his channel are weird, and the cat has no clue what they are for or why they have no description nor speech, so the cat only assumes that he is showing his house or a house he found, since most of the early videos are showing parts of a house and what the cat presumes to be the area around it. After the barricade video, most of them seem to again be without reason, but then video called Eternal comes out, and the video description the leg investigator tell the viewer about stuff the cat doesn't understand, but it does mention people being shut down. After that the videos begin to have descriptions with actual text, most of them telling what the leg investigator is thinking or feeling, and he often mentions how he has lost his thoughts. He does however begin to find them, and also mentions a dread that is altering him. In addition to that, he also mentions that a skull shown in an older video is empty, which makes the cat think there was another creature in there, kinda like the spookiest of boys. After that the legman seems to start a search for it and trying to destroy it. Closely after this, what the cat assumes to be the creature started also posting videos, but most of them seem to not have any point as far as the cat understands. But the creature maybe has lost its memory or hasn't had any before, since it does question its existence in one of them. After that the legman finds some files on an USB and starts uploading them. These files mention many things along with something known as the binder, which does sound familiar to the cat, but it can't really recall where it has heard of it. There are also some others the cat recognizes. For example, the Taker is one entity the cat has heard of from the spookiest of boys. In addition to these, there is a file from the unit number 170 which was mentioned earlier with Leggy Man finding his body shot. It also mentions them, which were explained in one of the files to be an underground corporation that attempts to contain strong creatures. After this the Legman did a lot of stuff the cat didn't really care to explain with longer text, so the cat will just say he did a goof, got punished, and then he was freed because the spookies of boys needed him for something. After that the legman seems to be working with a thing known as the Babbling Brook, and it seems to allow him to travel into other worlds, and after that there isn't anything besides what the cat uploaded when it found the password to the legman's channel. Children of Purity. Okay, again the cat doesn't know much of this one, but it does seem to be somewhat relevant to Legman and the spookiest of boys. However, what the cat knows is that the Children of Purity is a cult that seems to worship the Babbling Brook that has been helping the spookiest of boys and Legman.